You beautiful mind. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin's move up and its move down. If you're new here, I'm Roland Attenborough. I'm a leading GAN scientific and analytical researcher. Thank you to all my viewers and subscribers and everyone reaching out to me for forecasts and any type of guidance. All right, guys, let's dive right in. Okay, so just so you know, with Bitcoin right here, in our last episodes of pullbacks, they've been about 4.5%. And we're just going to we're just going to take a look at this one here, and we'll see this one. Again, the 4.5, 4.6%. So that's really stating that this 65.8, if we don't stay above 65.8 here, I think that we're in for a big correction. So this level right here, if we start sliding below this, that would be more than this area and more than this one in these last reactions, and that would signify a change in trend. Now we've hit our all-time high, and I would expect we would experience some rejection. However, are we going to experience a type of rejection that we had here, which was about 21%? And this is normal because we've been talking about these 21% pullbacks and whatnot. So, on top of that, that's 17. But as you know, when we went to our old tops, this 21, 22% has been continuously happening. So these are our older 21, 20%, right? 20, 21, 22%. These have been all our reactions now moving up. So that in mind, let's just go ahead and we'll go ahead and have a look now. So, is 21, 20% level, maybe 22, I don't know, this above this 53. That's about the steepest we could get for a correction, given the fact that we've had these corrections reoccur numerous times. So it's something we need to be aware of and look out for, And again, this channel here, right, we're into our, we're like a 10% here. So a 10% would be, around this 61, 62 area. But I still feel that this 58 area around this 4.6 is where we've been, this is where we've been vibrating back to. So 65.6 would be an area where we would really need to hold. Otherwise, we'd be breaking these two previous campaign reactions, and it subsequently would, probably prove to us that we'd have a 10% or a 21%. So looking at all these reactions, guys, pay particular attention to that. This is a very volatile asset. Bitcoin is probably the most perfect asset class that's ever been created. So, but just because I say that doesn't mean that we can't experience some significant volatility, which we haven't really seen much. Just on this January 23rd, this 21%. So is it possible and likely we do that, right? A 21% would take us right down, and we would be sitting on this white line right here, this old trend line here. Yeah, so that's right down in here. It's 53 level. So are we going to see that? Well, it could happen. However, we would have to break our 4.5%. We'd have to demolish our 10%. And then that would signify that we'd be in for a regular 21% correction. So just be mindful of that, okay, you guys? And sure, of course, We can shoot above this and sit on this. All right. My next move up is the 22nd, this area here, where Venus will come in and make contact with Saturn. And then on the 14th of April, I'd probably be up at around this 105,000 level on April 14th when Mars finally contacts Saturn. So just be mindful of that. It's my forecast has been very conservative. I'm quite conservative. I don't want to overestimate things and get people thinking that, we're going to the moon. It's not quite what's happening right now. So we are, of course, retesting our all-time high area. Should we get above this area, then yeah, the 22nd, this 23rd and 24th around this area, we could get up to this low 80,000, 81,000. And like I said, April 14th, we could easily be up at this 105 area. Now, I would have had my square 9 on here, but my camera is not working, my external camera that I use for that. So I'm just going to apologize now about that. Otherwise, I'd have the square of 9 populated on here and we'd be looking at some levels. But 104 is exactly in line or beside the price of 69 on the square. And 81 is 180 degrees from 69. So just be aware of these areas here. So they're target areas. So we just need to be mindful that we could achieve those. However, it's possible, unlikely. We enter a small corrective phase, maybe to shake out some people. We haven't had a big shakeout. We've only had these 4% shakeouts. So I think everyone is anticipating that this 65, 6 or 8 is our next buy level. And certainly that would seem somewhat logical. However, we're up against our old time high here. So, and we've got a little bit of a shooting star candle here, much the same as this. So is that indicating that we could have a good little correction here? It's possible. It's not necessarily going to happen, but it's likely it could happen. We have Powell meeting and to discuss monetary policy and, of course, regulations on Bitcoin. So that could be a negative factor that could drive us back our 10% or 4% and back as well to our 21, 22% level. And then a big shoot up from March 28th all the way up to around this 14th area. We could see some high prices in here. It just doesn't surprise me at all that we could see this. So, this is our higher vibration right here, and this comes off of a major pullback and a swing top that we've been looking at some time back. So right here, and I just want you to pay attention to this because I put all these angles on here right at the breakaway points, and we've been coming up and hitting all these breakaway points, and we're at this one now. We're about to make a move through, and it's possible and likely that we don't get stopped at this 81 level and we just continue up to this breakaway area right here, which is, it's indicating this, this April period when Mars finally comes around and conjuncts with Saturn. Anyways, guys, keep your stops tight and well placed, because remember our 4%, our 10%, and our 21% right here. So this would be a really safe place to put stops at this 49. That would be probably the safest place for a stop. However, they could be looking for this and searching it out. So just be mindful of that. All right. All right, guys. Peace and love. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.